Guys, how are you today? It's Sunday, probably about 5 o'clock. Just out in the garage. I just finished doing a little bit of work on these. I bought a couple of new bar stools for this man cave. I had this old wooden one here. I've had it probably, it's a bamboo one. I had two of them. I had bought two of these. Basically, this garage started out as a man cave because there's things that go on out here basically that I can't do in the house. Anyway, so I bought a couple of these little bamboo bar stools for I think it was $15 for the both of them. The guy was pretty desperate to get rid of them just because they were taking up room. But I figured I'd buy them because they were cheap, and I bought them off Kijiji on my way home one night. So the one lasted maybe a week or two. I tightened them both up as much as I could when I got them because they were pretty ratty, but they were something to sit on. So the other one lasted about 2 weeks. This one I've been basically pawning for about 2 years now. Every time it gets a little brittle, I basically tie strap it and put a few screws in it just to make it last a little longer. But I mean, I've had this for a couple of years now, and it's you can't see it, but I could basically sit on this thing right now. If I move back, you can see how it sits. It is not at all angled. It slopes back and the seat sits forward. The funny thing is, 1 year before I got rid of the other one, my neighbor sat on the one he used to sit on, and he literally almost flipped backwards off the fucking thing because it collapsed just as he was going to sit on it. So he's been sitting on my little office swivel here in front of my desk for a year or so. Anyway, so I bought a couple of new bar stools. I bought 4 of them. So these bar stools, I looked them up. I bought them off Kijiji. I looked them up after I bought them, and they're worth quite a bit of money, like $179 out of the States somewhere. I'm in Canada, so $179. So we're basically looking at $100 a bar stool. So these are the bar stools. I have a bunch of junk on there right now, but yeah, they're basically a leather stool with a backing, and then they're adjustable air shocks, and they sit on a base. So yeah, there's a bunch of them out there from the States or Amazon and all this stuff. Either way, they're out of the States. They're one of those companies. But anyway, I bought them on a whim because I bought them off Kijiji for $40 for 4 of them. 2 of them are $180 plus tax and shipping. Basically, if you're ordering from Canada, they're about $200 for 2 of them, so $100 a piece. But when I bought them, the base, I don't know what the base is made out of. I think it's like a chrome coating. As you can see, there's a lot of rust spots and blemishes and indents in there, so it's really rusty. This is actually one of the better ones. Here's one that is really, really bad. It's, like I said, they're really rusty. They're pitted all the way up the shaft. I mean, it gets a little better as it goes up. Apparently, the guy had them in the basement for a while, and it was underwater for a little while or something like that. So they got pitted. I'm sure they've been around a couple of years. So all the rust is actually sitting... All the rest is actually sitting in little pits, too. So anyway, this is a before. I cleaned up 2 of them, and I'm going to sell 2 of them. That's a before, and this is an after. So I brought them back all the way up the shaft. And like I said, these are adjustable air gas shocks, so they go up and down. This is the height. They're up on my RC desk here, or my RC cabinet. It's the best way to clean them. I couldn't get down on the floor and do it. Just so much of a pain in the ass, so I put them up on the shelves. So yeah, this is a before, and this is an after. And I didn't know quite what to use because these, I'm not sure what they are. I think they're chrome coated because they sound like plastic. So I think what it is there's a metal on the bottom that's a different color, which looks like it's actually aluminum. Actually, it might be some kind of steel, I'm not sure. But I think this chrome is actually just a coating, because that's definitely metal. That's like a plastic chrome coating. Kind of like what Dodge does with their 20-inch wheels. You know, they have a crappy rim in the back, and then they have those nice, beautiful 20-inch 5-star wheels. And if you tap on them, I work for a car dealership. I've been around them enough to know. I also worked for Dodge when Dodge came out with those things in 1998. And anyway, I think it's the same kind of thing. It's just a plastic coating on top of a steel base, just to make it nice and shiny and pretty. So it took about an hour to get this chair done. I also got the other one done here. This is the second one. It's all been done up. I can see myself in it. It's so shiny. But anyway, this is what they look like. They're just a leather chair and they're adjustable. Gas shocks. But this place needed it. It needed a couple of new stools. Watching Roman. So yeah, this is what they look like. They're pretty ratty looking. Like I said, they're pitted and really rusted. But this is how I made it look. This is the second one. Pretty much looks like brand new. They work really, really well. I know the shocks will probably eventually going out of them, but so I got 4 of them. Like I said, I'm gonna keep the 2 that I've done. I basically just want to see how they would turn out, so I got to get this one going, and I'm basically going to sell 2 of them back on Kijiji. Probably make double the money I paid for them, because like I said, I only paid $40 for 4. That's $10 a piece, and they're actually worth $100 a piece. There's absolutely nothing wrong with them. All the gas shocks are fine and everything. It's just the guy wanted to get rid of them. So I wanted to see how well I clean them up. So, like I said, this is one of the ones I'm going to keep in the garage, as well as the one that I've already done. So I'm hoping to get this one just as good, and this one as well. So like I said, there was a couple of different things I have to use for metal. Let's look in my cabinet here. Sorry. So I have this stuff. It's called Peak. It's for all the same kind of things, you know, polishing and shining metal. Hell, come here. Winter, I got dry hands. I can't grab anything. Metal polish. Stuff's made in Germany. I know it works well because I've used it on cars before, but for something that's just like a chrome plate, basically a hard plastic, I didn't really know what to use. I actually tried using the whole Coca-Cola method thing and the vinegar and all this stuff, and it basically took a little bit of the top portion of the stain off. Like I just sprayed it on and you could see a little bit of the brown rolling off it, but it didn't really get down into the metal, you know, or into the coating or whatever kind of coating it is. But God, man, you know what I used on this to get this from this? This is what I use. I use the rubbing compound that I use at work. Buffing compound. Heavy cut cream by Presta. That's what I used. I just rubbed it on. I rubbed it pretty hard to get that stuff off. I was going to go machine, but I didn't really want to buff it because I didn't want the buffer to spin too hard and eat through whatever that is. The problem is I don't know what kind of coating that is. If it's plastic or... I'm sure it's a plastic chrome coating. Just by the sound of it. It's like, obviously, there's a difference there. But I didn't want to put anything abrasive on it, so I just put some of that all the way around on a rag and wiped it basically all the way into the metal, all the way up the post, and came out beautiful. So like I said, I got to do these other 2, and I'm pretty much just going to shine them up, make them as good looking as I can, and sell them and hopefully double the money I pay for the 4 of them. Anyway, it's getting close to Christmas. It is 0 outside, and it is 16 in here, which is good. Yeah, man, it's not too bad. All I use right now, this is all that's on, is a baseboard heater. That's all I have in here, and it's 16 degrees in my garage and 0 outside. In the wintertime, usually I end up using this thing. Works really well. A tank will last me about a month. I put it on for maybe 5 to 6 minutes when I first get in here, and it puts it up about 10 degrees from where the temperature was in here. And then basically I just turn that on and let it go the rest of the time I'm in here. My other garage is heated, so it's more of a gas heat, or sorry, it is actually oil heat. But this is just a little off the house garage, and it's basically my cave. So I do all kinds of shit in here. I do side jobs in here even in the summer. I mean, everything that's in here is in here for the winter, right? So snowblower, tractor, this is all. When I used to have my sports car, I used to be in here, but once I sold that car, it was just basically a big ass domain. So I do whatever in here. Like I said, I do some summer work in here, I do RC in here, but this cabinet, basically, everything was built for RC in here. All the lighting and everything, you know, it's all RC. You know, all the parts are in there. There's actually my neighbor Savage is here. He has my body on it, but he brought his Savage over. He wanted to play in the snow. There's not much snow left, but whatever. You want to play in the snow, you want to play in the snow. There is some snow, and I think it's supposed to snow tomorrow too. Right now it's 0 out, so it's pretty much probable it could snow tonight. So just thought I'd do this little video. I just wanted to show these stools. Like, I got a great deal on the freaking things, so it's a little bit of elbow grease to make them shine up. Yeah, I know I'm showing them again, but I just can't get over the fact that they went from pitted rust to a beautiful shine. I mean, they just turned out wonderful. I love it. It's probably one of the best things I've ever bought off Kijiji, actually, and I've used Kijiji quite a bit. I've sold a lot of stuff on Kijiji, but I don't buy a whole lot off Kijiji. Usually I don't want anybody else's problems, but these were a good deal because I looked them up before I even went and picked them up off the guy who was selling them, and $100 basically a stool. It's a pretty good deal for $40 for 4 of them. Anyways, I'm going to finish watching my subscribers here. I usually start with Roman and end up with the other few after dinner. I'm just going to finish my beer here. So I just want to do this quick. Thanks for watching.